Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Lithium here from my channel Nintendo Collecting. In the past few months I've had so many additions to my collection, and they're all really cool, they're all kind of small, and nothing really goes together, but I'll talk about all these things individually because it is pretty awesome. And I do have to warn you, if you already watched this video, I had to take it down because of copyright issues from YouTube, and there was view count things going wrong, and everything was going crazy. And I also realized I had a console in here, and I was missing some items, so I decided to take down that video. And if you're watching the repost of this, it is kind of entirely new with some new items, so I hope you enjoy it. First things first, I did pick up quite a few copies of Nintendo Power, roughly 80 of them, and if you've seen one of my recent videos, they were already in my magazine stand, but I'm going to do a unique video for all those pickups because that's so many different Nintendo Power magazines. A few weeks ago, I went to the United States for a trip, and while I was there, I went to a store called Hot Topic. They had so many awesome gaming shirts, and there I actually found quite a few Zelda shirts, so I was pretty impressed by that. So I picked up a few of those. The first one that I'll show you, this one is for Ocarina of Time 3D. So this one looks amazing. I'm a huge fan of the color green. It's pretty hard to find Nintendo shirts for adults that look pretty cool still. So that one I paid roughly $15 for. It was on sale. That might not be a huge deal, but if you're from Canada, sometimes it's hard to pay for shipping to get things to you. The second Zelda shirt I picked up, and this one's usually on posters, this one has Link fighting all these enemies and Sheik's there in the background as well. This one looks fantastic. It even looks like there's some sort of a Navi there, even though it's red because it's probably just angry because there's enemies around. And this shirt I'm pretty excited about as well. It looks really cool. It looks awesome on, which I was pretty impressed with. And the other Zelda item I picked up while I was there for $4, because it was also on sale, is this Zelda bag. I'll probably just be using this to transport some games from one place to another, to a friend's house, for example, whenever I go there. This looks like it's an official Skyward Sword item as well, which is pretty cool for $4. Just as a Zelda nerd, I couldn't really pass this up. The other and final shirt that I picked up from Hot Topic was a Pokemon shirt. Again, hard to find shirts that make you look cool as an adult wearing Pokemon, but I managed to find this one, and this one is a badass looking Blastoise. This one looks really cool. I was pretty outstanded by this one. I really wish they had a cool Venusaur and a cool Charizard shirt too. I would have picked those up, but finding Blastoise is really awesome. Let me know, what was your favorite Pokemon starter from those games but way back when, the Pokemon Red and Blue, basically. And then, of course, there was Yellow as well, and actually you can get them in the new game, if you didn't know that. Slight spoilers. And I also would like to talk about one other t-shirt I got in a loot crate, and loot crates are pretty cool. They hold all this awesome nerd gaming stuff, but I got this t-shirt which is A through Z of gaming, basically. And this one I got also for my birthday. This includes Donkey Kong, Halo, Mega Man, the Mario Brothers, Yoshi, Bomberman, Tetris. There's so much going on. This shirt looks outstanding. I think this is really cool, and thank you so much for the person who gave it to me for my birthday. You're awesome. Because we were just doing so many Zelda items, I should probably finish up the last Zelda item I have here. If you've been watching my recent videos as well, you'll know that I did do some sort of a video for this Hylian shield, as well as the Master Sword. And this set looks amazing. I had some remarks about it saying it doesn't really look like the Ocarina of Time one, because it's not supposed to. This is probably made for Skyward Sword, or it's probably made for, in fact, Twilight Princess, because it does have some of the markings of Twilight Princess. It's missing the Triforce down here that was on Ocarina of Time. So if you were one of the ones to comment, thank you so much. I do read all those comments. You guys are really knowledgeable, and that's why I love the gaming community and collecting community. This one I paid, by the way, $40 for. One thing that I got for free from my best man was not this console, but this light. So this light actually just goes into your console, and it's powered by the batteries in the console itself. So that when you turn on the console, the light goes on, and it actually just helps you see. In a lot of the older Nintendo handheld consoles, there is no backlight. If you're looking for a Game Boy, though, there is one particular Game Boy called the Game Boy Light, which is not this version, which does have a backlight. So if you're looking to pick up that handheld console, look on eBay because you can find quite a few of them and it is really handy. Otherwise, you can get one of these lights. It's probably only a few dollars now, but my best man gave me one for free. He said he had so many great nights late at night or car rides of just gaming like this. Did you have similar experiences? Comment below because I can remember playing on my handheld on long rides as well, which is always cool. And the other thing I should mention, actually, is I picked up some of these easels. A lot of people have been asking me. These are called easels. I bought this for like $3 for $1 or something like that. They're plastic. They're great for displaying handheld consoles. The next thing I'd like to talk about is some of these awesome boxes for Super Nintendo. You see Chrono Trigger just sitting right there, and I have to talk about that. I already had Chrono Trigger, but I am missing the box, the instructions, the maps, so I was able to pick up at least the box and the instructions here. For this, I paid, I think, roughly $35 for this. Somewhere in that order, I'm trying to remember exactly, but I remember it was not more than 40 bucks. The box is not in the best condition, but getting this at all really excited me because it's been so long since I've been looking for this. I thought it was time. I get it. Maybe I'll sell that complete set and do a condition upgrade later on and get the maps, but for now, I'm just happy to have a cartridge instructions and box version, which is outstanding. One of the best games of all time, definitely. And if any of the drawings look familiar, it's because they're probably made, or they are made, by the same guy who did the Dragon Ball Z drawings, which is really cool. If you know that artist that did them, let me know, because he's fantastic. Moving on to other Super Nintendo boxes, another great game on the Super Nintendo is Super Castlevania IV. If you've never played this, you owe it to yourself to try it out. It is amazing. It's a gem on the console for sure. Again, I already had the game. I picked up the box and the instructions, and this time around I think I paid like $20 or $25 for both the instructions and the box for this fantastic game. This box is actually in pretty good condition, which I'm very proud of and very excited about. We're always stickers for condition. The last Super Nintendo box I picked up is Kirby's Dream Land 3. So this comes with the instructions again, and I already had the game. One of my favorite Kirby games ever. This one's outstanding. It's a lot of fun to play. It's got the perfect graphics for the Super Nintendo, and it's a side-scroller. I absolutely love it. Now, I should really comment to you about one of my collecting tips from the past was completeness. I do recommend to you, if you are searching for games now, really decide, do you want to complete, or do you want just the game to play? Make your decision and stick to it, because I'm trying to go back and find some of these pieces from my missing Super Nintendo and N64 boxes and instructions, and it's really adding up. It's costing me a lot of money to then pay for shipping again. I really wish, and I really recommend that you buy them once and buy it right, buy the way that you want to get them. For my birthday, I was asking for some cases for my consoles, for my 3DS consoles. My fiance was good enough to give me 2 cases. This one's It's Me Mario, which looks really cool. This one's just for my normal 3DS, and the back is plain. The other one that I love, this one I absolutely am in love with, it also came in the Luigi style, which was green, obviously. This is an 8-bit Mario with some of the items on there, and the zipper is really cool. It's a great touch to actually have the coin as the zipper. When you open this up, you can see my Zelda 3DS XL console in there, but it also holds 6 games, which is quite handy. So this one I would highly recommend. I think it's maybe $15 for this case. The back is plain, but it's retro awesomeness to also protect your console and look really, really cool. In terms of a Wii U game, and I don't want these boxes to fall, so I'm probably just going to line them up like that, I was able to pick up another copy of Nintendo Land because one of my friends has been asking to buy my Wii U. He's just trying to save up enough money, I think, until he can buy it. So I did see this copy of Nintendo Land with the Luigi Wii Remote Plus inside, which is going to definitely be a collector's item. This was the year of Luigi, so I did pay $60 for it. It was full price to me, but I do think it was worth it because I get that controller, and I also get Nintendo Land because I'm probably going to be selling that with the console that I'm giving to my friend, or selling to my friend at some point. I already have the Luigi remote, but I just couldn't pass this up because in Canada they were really hard to find. I got the last version in that store that had this. Let me know, are you able to find those in your area? Because I haven't seen them recently, ever since the one that I bought. We might as well stick with the Wii U for a moment. And the recent Wii U game that I got back in February was Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I did do a Wii U is awesome video for this one because this game is amazing. Retro Studios keeps pumping out gems. I would argue that they are the new rareware of this generation. They're making some great games. So this is a 2D side-scroller, a brand new game for Donkey Kong. It's very challenging, which is insanely awesome because a lot of games are holding your hand way too often, I think, now. This one has 4 playable characters, Diddy, Donkey, then you also have Dixie and Cranky Kong, which is amazing this time around. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze comes highly recommended from me. Another recent pickup, which was actually within the past week, is Yoshi's New Island for the 3DS. This one I also had part of the E3 pre-order bonus deal, so I was saving some money. I only paid $28 for this one. The original game on the Super Nintendo is amazing. The graphics are perfect. I know this time around they try to do an oil painting style in the 3DS. I don't know if it works as well for me. I haven't even opened this yet, so I haven't played the game. I just picked it up 2 days ago in the mail. And this one, I'm excited to see how it plays. I'm excited to see the quality and content with the big eggs and everything that's going on in this one, and the other new power-ups for Yoshi to have. But I'm hearing mixed reviews, so I'm not really sure. If you've played this, let me know as a comment below what you feel about it and how you like that game. Another item that you might have seen in my channel that I have done recently a video for is this Luigi Diorama from Club Nintendo. They only made, I think, 5,000 of these, and there's actually numbered on the bottom, so 5,000 in North America, probably 5,000 in Europe, maybe 10,000 worldwide. For the Year of Luigi as a send-off. They are sold out at the Club Nintendo store now, so you'd have to go to eBay, but I can tell you on eBay they're selling for north of $100. They're only made of plastic, but they do come in a really cool box. It's a well-designed diorama or figurine, and I'm pretty excited to add this one to my collection and be one of the lucky few who have this one. Some other games that I was able to pick up, this time for the Nintendo 64, I'm trying to finish off my Rareware collection. We were just speaking of Rareware. Rare also made this game called Force Gemini. Not a lot of people know of this one. They know of Donkey Kong and Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie and Conker's, but not a lot of people have heard of Force Gemini. I have yet to play this. I'm excited to plug it into my console and just see how it feels and see how it plays and see how good it is, because it is a shooter, which is a little bit different this time around from Rare. And really, getting this for the price I got it for, because I believe it was just $25, was a great deal, and I had to get it. I couldn't really pass it up, because I'm trying to finish off my Rareware set. And there's the cartridge if you were just wondering what that does look like. So we'll just put that down for a minute anyways. And I think I'll talk about the other games that I got. For absolute free of charge, I was able to get another Rareware game, and this one came from my fiance's brother, so he's going to soon be my brother-in-law. Thank you so much if you happen to watch this video. I also got Killer Instinct Gold. This is the last Rareware game I was looking to pick up. I do need to get the box and instructions for this one and for Conker's Bad Fur Day. Then I am done all 11 games on the Nintendo 64 for Rareware, which is one of my collecting goals, so I'm almost there. He gave me this one for absolutely free. Thank you so much, that's amazing. It's probably a $30 or a $40 cartridge. And he also gave me another game that's awesome that I needed, Mischief Makers. My best man, this is one of his favorite games on the N64. It's more of a quirky cult hit. This one is a side-scroller. It's pretty different, it's pretty weird. We played through it, and it's all kinds of awesome. If you're into side-scrollers and kind of quirky Japanese games, you should definitely try this one out. My best man would definitely highly recommend it. Sticking with the N64, I was able to also get one box and instructions that I was missing. This is Pokemon Stadium. This one I never got the box and instructions for back in the day. I found the cart locally, and I've been really wanting to get it because it's such a huge box, but I really didn't want to pay shipping for it, so I was waiting to find it locally, and KW Vintage Games was able to have it, and I did a huge trade basically with them. This was valued, I think, at $20 for the box, instructions, and for the transfer pack, which I'm pretty excited about to add this to my collection. I already had Pokemon Stadium 2, and I'm really waiting for them to do a Pokemon game for the Wii U, because that has to come. There was one on the Wii, there was one on the GameCube, there was two on the Nintendo 64. We're due for one on the Wii U. Another thing that I got recently was one of the last controllers I need for the Nintendo GameCube. This is the Jet Black controller. I believe this is one of the ones that came out at launch or near launch. This just lists the 4 controllers that were available back in 2001 when this controller became available or on sale. There's also the Emerald Green, and then there's also the white one, and a few other Wavebirds and other things like that. But the normal set is, I think, just 6 of these, and I'm happy to have all of them but one. I'm just missing the indigo blue one, which is the last one I need. I paid $20 for this one, which is awesome, especially when it comes complete with everything, the instructions in the box. Next thing I would like to talk about is some guides. One of my collecting tips is always to try and condition upgrade when you can, while you can. Paper Mario, one of my favorite games of all time. Whenever someone asks me what's your favorite game, I always usually throw Paper Mario in there because it has such a nice place in my heart. It just always makes me smile whenever I see anything Paper Mario. It just makes me smile immediately, especially the Nintendo 64 version. One of the best ever in my opinion. Love it. but also is the Super Mario Legend of the Seven Stars on the Super Nintendo. I already had this, but it was in really bad condition because my sister and I spilt water on it growing up. So now I was able to get it, a better condition copy, and I just paid $7 for this, so I really had to get it. And another one of my collecting tips, obviously, is ask all your friends and tell them that you're a collector. One of the guys I roomed with in university, he lives right around my corner now, actually, he just asked me, hey, I found some Nintendo 64, I just found some guides. These are actually mostly GameCube guides, and I just found them lying around my house. Do you want them for free? And heck, yes, I definitely want them. So I got Super Smash Bros. Melee, which is amazing, or Melee, but it's pronounced Melee, I think. Mario Kart Double Dash, debatably the best game in the series, on consoles maybe. And then Pokemon Gold and Silver Complete Pokédex. And there's quite a few of these from Nintendo Power for Pokemon Gold, Blue, Red, Yellow, and I have quite a few of them now. Anything from Nintendo Power I think I'm going to try and pick up just because it's Nintendo Power. They make awesome guides way back when. And I believe the last item that I would like to talk about is a Link Between Worlds guide. This one matches the chest guides that you basically got that were still on sale right now. They're amazing guides. So this one is for A Link Between Worlds, and this one is not quite the same size as the other ones, but it does come with those extra inserts like this framed lithograph that I might actually try and do something with eventually. I already played through A Link Between Worlds. I'm going through it for the second time. I think I'm going to open up this guide and let it help me out and see if I can 100% get everything that I want to in the game and really just enjoy it. Just to try and have a really good time because the Zelda games are amazing. I'm really happy that they're going the route of probably more open worlds in Zelda games, that you have more of a choice to go through different dungeons in order that you choose, which is really, really cool. Some awesome pickups, I think, this time around. Let me know as a comment below, what were your pickups recently, and maybe what was your favorite pickup that you saw in this video. Maybe it was an empty box that I got, maybe it was some sort of a figurine, or a guide, or maybe my shield, and any other Nintendo items that you got recently. Maybe it's even one of the Zelda shirts that I got. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you fill that like bucket, follow me on Facebook and on Twitter, and remember, as always, go collect 'em all.